Welcome to KM Reviews. I am Niddleman. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to get updated videos every single week. Now this time I'm reviewing all of Season 2 of Mr. Robot. I never reviewed Season 1 of Mr. Robot, so quick review here. I loved Season 1. Alright, now Season 2. Where did we pick off from? Basically, at the end of Season 1, their hack went through, everything went as planned, and they basically caused financial chaos for the whole country. And this season kind of picks up where that leaves off. Now, whereas the first season, which was much more linear, and you had this very interesting story arc, and it was very clear they had a goal in mind, here's what we got to do. This season is much more broken up into pieces. You have different groups. You have parts of F Society doing their storyline. You got Elliot and Christian Slater's character doing their storyline. And it's all kind of broken up, and it jumps around a lot more this season as opposed to being group-oriented. And I'll be honest, for me, the story of the second season was not nearly as compelling as the first season. The first season really had me gripped. I wanted to see if they were going to achieve their goals. And then as twists happened, it was really interesting. This season, I never knew where it was going. It always just kind of was like, where's this show going? Is this even planned out? Or are they just focused on making twists happen, you know? Now, keep in mind, I'm talking about the season as a whole. If we were to break it down by individual episodes, I never had time to review each individual episode, but there were 2 episodes I have to mention that were just fucking epic. And there are spoilers here, so if you don't want any spoilers, you might want to tune out the rest of this review because I'm going to talk about spoilers, and there's a lot of twists in the show. So if you haven't seen it, go watch the show first, then come back. Anyways, you've been warned. First episode that I freaking loved is where it opens up and it's almost like a 90s comedy, right? It's like this Full House vibe, and you can kind of tell it's in Elliot's mind, and Christian Slater, he's there and he's like his dad, and I almost wish the whole show was like that because I just freaking loved it. It was so many throwbacks to 90s shows, and they did such a good job at that. And then you realize at the end of the episode, it was his mind compensating for the fact that he was getting his ass whooped, and now he's in the hospital. Okay, which kind of leads me into my next episode. Was he really in the hospital? Half the stuff that had been going on the show with Elliot's character, you find out he's actually been in prison for a long time. And again, it was his mind compensating for that by looking like he's at a diner and talking about Seinfeld with this guy and going and watch playing basketball and all these things. And he's talking to Craig Robinson's character about helping him out and all this stuff. Point is, you find out everything he's been doing has actually been in prison. And then when you look back on the episodes and you go, oh man, that makes sense because he did all these things so sequentially and so repeatingly, it made sense. It was almost like the Sixth Sense movie where once you realize the twist, you can go back and watch it and it's like, oh, okay. You can almost view it in a different light. Those 2 episodes were epic. But besides the story, as far as the acting goes, man, I love the acting in this show. Remy Malik, I think that's his name, who plays Elliot. He is so freaking perfect casting for this guy. He just, something about his character, his eyes, man, the way he has his eyes every time they're zoomed in on him. He's such a professional actor. I can't wait to see this guy do other things in movies and stuff. Hopefully they don't typecast him into that kind of like weird character, but he does a really good job for the show. Christian Slater, he does awesome. The sister in the show, she is a good actress. She plays her part good, but her character in the show kind of got annoying to me in the second season, to be perfectly honest. She always just kind of looks tired and drugged out, you know, she just kind of looks miserable all the time. Her character is just kind of annoying to me, and every time they would show her storyline going on, I was not as interested, and I almost wanted to just fast forward and get back to Elliot. And same with the rest of the F Society characters, whereas the first season I really liked all their little individual characters and their personalities that made up this team. The second season, it just wasn't as compelling to me, that team, because they split them up so much, I just didn't care anymore. Also, I just watched the season finale, and I'll be honest, it didn't really feel like a season finale. It just kind of felt like the end of another episode. Now, what happens at the end? Again, spoiler alert if you don't want to know what happens at the end. Basically, you see Christian Slater and the guy you thought was dead like the whole of most of this season. You realize he's there, and then Elliot's thinking, oh, is he, maybe he's part of my mind too, you know, and he's pointing a gun at him. They're basically trying to do this, finish the hack, I guess you could say, and take down this building and kill people and all this stuff. And Elliot's like, no, we can't do this. And he thinks that everybody he's seeing, because he's so messed up because his mind has done so much weird shit to him this season, that, oh, he's just part of my mind. He can't shoot me. And then you realize he is real, and he gets shot, and he's got blood on his hands, and he falls down, and that's kind of it. Now, we know he's not going to die. He's the main character of the show, so it's not exactly a big cliffhanger. I mean, unless this was the end of the series. So to end it like that, it was just kind of like, okay, well, we know he's going to live, so what's the real hang on to the next season? Nothing really happens. You know what I mean? You got his sister who's like with the FBI, and I don't know, it just didn't feel like a season finale that I wanted. I wasn't like, oh my God, I need to see the next episode. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, okay, well, I guess it's over. I'm really not super excited for the third season. I'm going to watch the third season, but I'm just not nearly as excited as I was at the end of the first season. So overall, I'm going to have to give this season as a whole the rating of Friends with Benefits. This is a show that I could probably watch multiple times and pick up more on each one, and I plan on making other people watch it, but it just didn't have the same kind of substance that the first season had. Now, I'm hoping the next season is spectacular. We'll all see. So guys, what did you think of the end of season 2 of Mr. Robot? Did you enjoy it? Were you let down? Whoa, my voice just did something weird. Do you want to see more of this show? Let me know everything you're thinking about this show below. Remember to follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Niddleman, and Instagram and everything at Niddleman. Just follow me at Niddleman. Also, stay tuned after this for more movie reviews and TV show reviews and all that sort of stuff, if you can handle it. Go.